If you've ever found yourself feeling jealous of another mom who seems to have it all, you know the ones who have never had a loss, the ones who brag about how easily they get pregnant, and the ones who thrive in pregnancy and motherhood and make it look so easy. Don't they know how terribly life can go wrong in the blink of an eye, or that their whole world can change in a single moment? If you've ever felt jealousy over someone else's smooth pregnancy, healthy baby, or had anger about those complaining about motherhood, you're not alone. If those feelings of jealousy have ever made you feel guilty or ashamed, I want you to know this. You're not a bad person. Today, we're going to talk about why jealousy happens after loss, how it shows up alongside emotions like anger, sadness, and fear, and most importantly, how you can navigate it with grace and self compassion. Check out my free ebook, The 10 Questions You Ask Yourself After Losing Your Baby. Inside, I share the most common questions I hear from lost moms, along with my best advice for navigating them. You'll find guidance on dealing with jealousy, guilt, and so many other emotions that stillbirth moms frequently deal with. Click the link right below this video to grab your free copy now. Jealousy is one of those emotions that feels sharp and uncomfortable. We're taught as children that jealousy is bad, that it's something we shouldn't feel because it's not nice or kind. And it can sneak up on you in the grocery store when you see a mom juggling a newborn and a toddler, or when you scroll past yet another pregnancy announcement on social media. But here's something important to know. Jealousy is not a character flaw, it's a human reaction. This is not something that's a personality problem, it just means that you're human. At its core, jealousy is protective. It's your brain's way of highlighting something you desperately wanted but didn't get. I heard Mel Robbins, who is a best-selling author of some incredible self-help books, say this in her podcast this week. You're not jealous of people who have what you don't want. I don't want a Lamborghini, so I'm not jealous when I see someone who has one. At the most basic level, jealousy is an alert to show you the things you really want in life. If you think about it, you can find examples of this in your life. Historically, this emotion was tied to survival. It told our ancestor to protect their resources or fight for their place in the tribe. But in grief, jealousy feels different. It's not about survival, even though it sure feels that way. It's about love and loss. You see someone with what you longed for, a baby in their arms, a carefree pregnancy, and your brain that says, that should have been me. Why not me? Why does she get to have that and I don't? And for stillbirth moms, you were almost there. You were so close to having it be a reality. So why do someone get to have and keep theirs and you don't? Cue the childhood phrase, it's not fair. And it isn't. Even if you've never considered yourself a jealous person before, loss changes you. It exposes deep wells of longing and sadness, and jealousy is just your heart trying to make sense of the unfairness of it all. It doesn't make you a bad person, it makes you a grieving person. I remember one mom telling me about how she saw a teenager in a store pushing a stroller, barely paying attention to her baby while scrolling on her phone. The baby was crying and the mom was ignoring it. And at that moment, the jealousy hit so hard, it felt like she couldn't breathe. It wasn't about judging the teenager, it was about her own ache and longing. I would even dare to say with jealousy comes a little judgment. We think we get to decide who deserves to have their babies because we know we would have been such good mothers to ours if we only got a chance to raise them. Do you feel this way too, or is it just me? I promise I will say all the things you're thinking, but don't dare to say out loud. Grief is a mess of emotions, and they rarely show up all at one time. Jealousy often walks hand in hand with anger, sadness, and fear. And sometimes it's really hard to tell them apart. So I'm going to share some of the qualities of each to help you sort it out when you're in that moment. Jealousy is usually directed at someone else. Thoughts like, why her and not me? Or I wish I had that. Anger feels hot and sharp. It might sound like, why did this happen to me? It's more of a frustrating feeling that usually comes with things not feeling right or fair. Sadness is just that heavy feeling. It might come with tears or just an overwhelming ache. Often disbelief comes with sadness. I remember saying to myself several times, I can't believe this is my life. How did I get here? I can't believe this. Fear feels tight and anxious. It might sound like, what if I never heal? What if I can never get pregnant again? What if this was my one and only chance? When you're in the middle of these emotions, they can feel like a tangled ball of yarn and so confusing. So here's a few ways to sort them out. Take a pause and give it a name. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what is it that I'm feeling right now? Even if the answer is a little bit of everything, that's okay. But see if there's one emotion that is really more present than another. Journaling can always help. Even just a few quick sentences in your notes app on your phone. Try writing something like, I feel jealous because, I feel angry because, I feel sad because, I'm afraid of. Just write them down and get them out because sometimes that's very revealing. You'll write things that you don't even know you're feeling in your head. Let yourself feel it without judgment. You don't have to fix it. You just have to let it be there as long as it needs to until it can move through you, but no judgment. That means no guilt. Speaking of guilt, here's where things get tricky. Jealousy often brings guilt along for the ride. So you might think, I should be happy for her, or what kind of person feels this way? But guilt after jealousy is so common because we've been taught that good moms shouldn't have these feelings. But here's the truth, you're not a bad mom and you're not a bad person. One way to diffuse this guilt in the moment is to remind yourself that it's not that you want anything bad to happen to the mom who appears to have it easy. It's just that you wanted your own baby for yourself. And that doesn't make you wrong. Guilt shows up because we mistakenly believe that our jealousy is a reflection of our character. But it's not. It's just an emotion, one of many that comes with grief. And you can feel jealousy and love at the same time. You can feel jealousy and be a good friend, a good partner, and a good person. So when guilt sneaks in, remind yourself this feeling doesn't define me. It's just a part of my grief, and it's okay to feel it. Here are some tools to help you navigate jealousy: social media boundaries, unfollow triggering accounts, take breaks when needed. Mantras, create a mantra like, her story is not my story. I don't know her full struggles. If jealousy hits hard in public, step away if you need to. It's okay to do whatever you need to take care of yourself. Don't forget to grab your free ebook, The 10 Questions You Ask Yourself After Losing Your Baby, at the link right below this video. It covers the most common questions stillbirth moms ask me, along with the insights I've gained from 25 years of life after loss and supporting hundreds of women on their healing journey. Jealousy is hard, but it doesn't make you a bad person. Keep in mind when you see that perfect mom or those who have an easy time with pregnancy, birth, or any other part of motherhood, that you don't know what it took for them to get there. We all have a journey in life and our own struggles and stories. She may be facing something equally as hard that you wouldn't understand. This is just one part of your grief journey. Be gentle with yourself, give yourself permission to feel, and remember, you are doing the best you can in an unthinkable situation. Until next week, I'm sending you so much love.